All right, today we're diving into a project that could seriously change how AI interacts with our world. We're talking about giving it full, direct control of the very software we use every single day. This one sentence, right here, from the creators of the CLI-Anything project, it just sets the stage perfectly. It's basically telling us that we're on the brink of this massive shift where AI agents become the main users of software. And it all starts by tackling one giant problem.
So, what is that problem exactly? Well, it kind of boils down to this. For all their brain power, AI models are actually, terrible at using real professional software. And this massive disconnect has a name, the agent software gap.
Think about it this way. An AI can write you an incredible script for a 3D animation, but it can't actually open up Blender and make it happen. It can tell you how to edit a photo step by step, but it can't actually use a tool like GIMP. And that gap right there is what's holding AI back from being truly useful in our day-to-day professional lives. So this slide really lays out the old broken methods versus this totally new way of thinking. For years, the workarounds have been, well, clumsy. We've tried things like making the AI see the screen and simulate mouse clicks, which is an absolute nightmare. It's so fragile and breaks the second a button moves. The other option was building these super expensive, custom integrations that only do one or two things. CLI-Anything's fix, though, is way more elegant. It just generates a direct, super reliable interface for pretty much any application, no screen reading, no clicking, no fuss.
So how does it pull off this direct connection? Well, it uses a tool that's been hiding in plain sight for decades, something that developers already know and love. It just reframes it as a kind of universal language for AI.
Just imagine for a second, what if an AI didn't need to see a screen or click a button at all? What if it could just talk directly to the heart of any application in a language it understands perfectly?
Yep, you heard that right. That universal translator is the good old command line. That simple text-based window that powers so much of the digital world behind the scenes. It turns out it's the perfect way for an AI to talk to software.
Okay, let's really dig into this, because this is the core of the whole idea. See, text commands are structured, which is exactly how large language models process information. They're universal and super lightweight. And here's a crucial part. Command line tools are often self-documenting. An AI can just ask for help with the -help flag to figure out how to use the tool on its own. It's all just so predictable and incredibly reliable, the total opposite of that fragile UI automation mess.
Okay, so if the command line is our destination, how do we get there for every app out there? Well, this is where the real magic happens. This project has basically built an automated factory that can whip up a CLI for, well, just about anything.
And that's the whole mission in one sentence. You literally feed it the source code of an application, think LibreOffice or Inkscape, and it chews through that code to automatically generate a brand new, fully working command line interface that an AI agent can start using right away.
And look, this isn't just some simple script. We're talking about a complete 7-phase pipeline. It analyzes the code, designs the commands, and builds the new tool. But then, and this is the really critical part, it also tests its own work, documents the results, and packages the final tool for easy installation. It's an entire development workflow, just running on autopilot.
Now, a claim like we can make any software AI ready, that's a huge claim, right? Talk is cheap. So let's look at the proof. Let's see what this system has actually done with real-world, complex professional software. And here is the evidence. And wow, we are not talking about simple calculator apps here. This thing was tested on a gauntlet of incredibly complex professional tools. We're talking 3D modeling in Blender, image editing in GIMP, video editing in Kdenlive, even the entire LibreOffice suite. These are the heavy hitters, the apps that millions of us rely on.
So across all of those super complex applications, the automated system generated and successfully ran a total of, get this, 1,436 tests.
But it's not just the number that's so impressive. It's the result, a perfect 100% pass rate. So what does that tell you? It tells you that these automatically generated interfaces aren't just flimsy demos. They are production grade, they are robust, and they are completely reliable.
All right, so let's zoom out. What does this all add up to? Because this technology isn't just about one cool tool. It's about laying the groundwork for an entirely new kind of software ecosystem.
And that brings us to this new term, agent-native software. This is the future we're talking about.
A future where apps aren't just built for human hands and eyes, but are designed from the ground up, or in this case, adapted, so that AI agents can be treated as primary users, as first-class citizens.
So what does that world actually look like? Well, first, you get universal access. Suddenly, any piece of open-source software becomes a tool your AI can just pick up and use. Second, seamless integration. No more waiting for a company to release a special API. And third, you get a future-ready ecosystem. This is how we can transform decades of powerful human-designed software into brand-new tools that AI can master.
So I'll just leave you with this final thought. When that barrier between an AI having an idea and its ability to actually execute that idea, when that barrier completely disappears, what would you build? What's the first complex, creative, or powerful task you would hand off to your AI? Because that, right there, is the future this project is trying to unlock.